Hello, I'm Fred Hyde, Superintendent of Polk County Public Schools, and I want to speak with you today about an important step that will help shape the future of our school district. Polk County Public Schools will be undergoing a comprehensive rezoning of all 16 of our high schools. Rezoning is the process of adjusting school attendance boundaries. Comprehensive rezoning of our high schools is necessary, and it comes after years of data analysis, demographic studies, research into population growth trends, and input from various community stakeholders throughout our district. Rezoning is a significant undertaking that can directly impact many families, and as a result, the word rezoning can bring about many questions and maybe even some anxiety. But let me assure you, Polk County Public Schools will implement new boundaries for our high schools responsibly and do our very best to limit the disruption to you and our students. Today, I want to provide you with a clear explanation about why we must rezone our high schools. Also provide you an explanation of what it means for our students and how we will support families throughout this process.
So why now? There are several critical reasons that we must undergo comprehensive rezoning. Our district has experienced significant population shifts over the last decade. Some of our high schools are severely overcrowded, leading to strained resources, larger class sizes, and reduced access to specialized programs. Meanwhile, other high schools have much smaller enrollment, meaning they are not utilizing available classroom space efficiently and cannot offer a wide selection of courses and learning opportunities. Comprehensive rezoning will help balance enrollment across all 16 high schools, ensuring the best learning environment for everyone. Polk County has been experiencing incredible growth. Projections show that we will continue to see our student population increase in the coming years. Comprehensive rezoning allows us to strategically plan for this growth, preventing future overcrowding at schools, and ensuring that our infrastructure can support our student body for decades to come. We want to ensure all students have access to a high-quality educational program and resources, regardless of where they live. Rezoning helps us balance enrollment. We can then better ensure that all high schools have the necessary funding, staffing, and diverse course offerings, from advanced placement and dual enrollment to vocational pathways and extracurricular activities. Rezoning can also lead to more streamlined bus routes, reduced travel times for students, and optimizing our transportation budget. The more efficiently we use these resources means savings can be redirected back into the classroom to better support our students. Rezoning must never be taken lightly. Feedback from our stakeholders and thorough research will ensure success as we make this important step into our future. We began with an in-depth analysis of demographic trends, housing developments, student enrollment projections, and current school capacities. Multiple boundary scenarios were developed and rigorously evaluated by our demographer and planning teams. We are launching a major community engagement initiative that consists of hosting town hall meetings across the district, as well as creating an online survey portal to collect feedback from parents and community stakeholders across the district. Every piece of feedback, every concern, and every suggestion will be carefully reviewed and considered in the final recommendation. We believe the recommended plan reflects the best path forward, balancing all of these complex factors. Detailed maps showing the new boundaries, along with address lookup tools, are now available on our district website. We encourage every family to visit this page to identify their new assigned high school. Polk County Public Schools is committed to implementing these new boundaries responsibly with great care to limit the disruption to our families. As a result, here are some important steps that we are taking. The goal is to complete the comprehensive rezoning of high schools and implement these new boundaries by the start of the 2026-2027 school year. Sophomores who have already started their high school academic career will have the option to remain at their current high school, assuming they meet transportation and program requirements. Details on how to opt into this grandfathering policy will be shared very soon. We are also developing a policy to address siblings, aiming to keep families together where feasible and practical. Further details will be shared soon once this policy is completed. Students currently enrolled in a specific district-wide magnet program or specialized academy will generally remain in those programs, and their transportation will be adjusted accordingly. For new applicants, placement will be based on their new home school, extracurricular, and athletics. We recognize the importance of these activities. Students who transfer to a new school due to rezoning will generally retain eligibility for athletics and extracurriculars at their new schools. Specific guidelines will be communicated by our athletic and activity directors. Comprehensive rezoning is more than just changing lines on a map. We understand that these boundaries can have significant impact on our families. Our commitment is to support every student and family through this process.
The rezoning of our high schools is necessary and will help strengthen our entire community. Together, we can ensure that all 16 of our high schools are vibrant centers of learning with the best resources to help students reach their fullest potential. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about our comprehensive rezoning options. We look forward to working together to make this important step in our future. For more information and to view the new high school boundaries, please visit polkschoolsfl.com. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for attending tonight's virtual town hall. My name is Joshua McLemore, and I serve as the Director for Facilities Planning and Real Estate. With me this evening, I am joined by the Chairman of the Attendance Boundary Committee, Mr. Terry Coney. I'd like to begin this evening's town hall by first laying out a framework of what you should expect from this evening's town hall. We will begin by providing a brief overview of the hows and whys of the comprehensive rezoning effort. We will then do a brief demonstration of how and where you can go to learn more details regarding the comprehensive rezoning effort utilizing the district's dedicated website. And from there, we'll continue the presentation led by Mr. Coney regarding a brief overview for each of the recommended zones. And we will wrap up this evening's proceeding by doing a brief question and answer. So with that, I'd like to hand this over to Mr. Coney.
Thank you, Josh. Good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is Terry Coney. I'm the chairperson for the Polk County Public School Academic Boundary Committee. And we're going to be doing an overview of our comprehensive rezoning plan for Polk County Public Schools, high schools. As stated in the opening presentation, we have 16 high schools in Polk County. This comprehensive rezoning is actually a very needed thing, something that hadn't been done probably in the history of Polk County Public Schools. There have been rezoning adjustments for schools as new schools have come online, but to comprehensively at one time readjust all the zones for the high schools, this is probably new for the school system. So there are three things as we go through this. There are three things that we want you to remember, and it was mentioned in the introduction why we're doing this. First, utilization. We really want to make sure that we're adequately utilizing all our schools. Some schools are currently reaching its limits and maximizing the number of classrooms and seats in the schools, and then we have some schools that unfortunately are underutilized. Those numbers are below the standard that we're looking for. We optimally look for somewhere between 75 to 80% utilization in our schools. That gives room for growth. The next thing we'll be emphasizing is transportation. We really want to make sure that we use our transportation system to its max to eliminate maximum time for students on the schools. We want to minimize that time that the students spend on the buses. And then finally, that big G word, growth. Most people have heard about the growth in Polk County over the last 10 to 15 years. Well, it's a real thing. And we can't put up a wall, moat, or a man-made river around Polk County with alligators to keep people out. So we really have to embrace the growth and make sure that our school system, Polk County Public Schools, are prepared for that growth. So this is actually the final of 5 previous presentations, in-person presentations that we've given over the last 6-week time period. We started in Bartow, at Bartow High School, where we covered the Southwest region. Then we moved to Lakeland High School, where we covered the Northwest region. We went on to Winter Haven High School, where we covered the Central region. Haines City High School, where we covered the Northeast region. And finally at McLaughlin and Lake Wales, where we covered the Southeast region. So again, this is our agenda for today. We'll go through all those regions and show the current maps for that region and then the proposed new boundaries for each region. And it will also show the current utilization of each school in the region and the proposed utilization numbers for that particular region. Through the process of coming up with the proposed new boundaries, the Polk County Public School staff, operations staff, they really took a deep dive into projected school student enrollment, again, transportation, and also new development coming online through the geographic information system. You see the number 341 through their study and through looking at data and even checking with the county and new mapping. So 341 in the neighborhood of 341 new developments or permits that have been filed so far. Now I'll turn it over to Josh.
Thank you, Terry. So as I mentioned earlier, the district has created a dedicated website in which you can engage and interact with various interactive maps. As you make your way to our district website, you will see our main landing page. Here, again, you'll get a recap of some of the hows and the whys of why the Polk County School District is now looking to conduct a comprehensive rezoning effort. Certain data points such as new residential subdivisions that are coming online and those that are also on the horizon. You can actually see the interactive dashboard that is in real time monitoring all of those new residential developments that have been approved, as well as those that are still on the horizon and navigating their entitlement process through either the county or various municipality. As you continue down the slide itself, you can then see 2 interactive maps. The map on your left-hand side will actually represent our current and existing high school zones, and the one on the right reflects the recommended attendance boundary that Mr. Coney will can go over more this evening. I'd like to bring your attention to the magnifying glass that you'll see in the top right corner of each map. Here, you can type in your individual address and see where your house falls within the current and proposed recommended boundaries. These maps are interactive and tied to one another. So as you type in your address, the maps will automatically zoom to your area. And as you can see here, as you type in your address, you can see where you currently fall, and then on the right-hand side, where you may fall based on the recommended zones themselves. Along the top portion of the website itself, you will find various schools. Each school has a dedicated landing page themselves. Here you can get a brief overview of the specifics regarding the high school, as well as any significant residential growth that is either occurring or projected on the horizon. As you make your way down the slide itself, again, you'll encounter various interactive maps. The first one you will encounter is the existing boundaries themselves, followed by the various options that were considered by the attendance boundary themselves. And lastly, again, side-by-side comparisons of what the existing current boundary is overlaid, as well as all of the options that were considered by the attendance boundary committee. While this evening's presentation is informative, our goal with these town halls and this virtual town hall is to gather feedback and input from the community and stakeholders. This feedback and you can be provided at the bottom by submitting an online survey. Here, once you click on this button, it'll navigate you to a new page in which you can fill out a question and answer form. From here, we are looking to actually collect your feedback, whether you are in favor of or in opposition of various options. And you can also provide a general description of if you have suggestions of how either proposed or current boundaries could be modified based off of where you live. And with that, I'd like to hand this back over to Terry.
Thank you, Josh. As I move into the slides and utilization for the schools, really like to reiterate again that this is really a first-time thing. So we're doing high school first, then middle schools, and then elementary schools. If everything goes as planned, once we finish this virtual, and after we've done the 5 in person, staff will take a look at the surveys that come in. They will present them to the school board. There'll be a meeting with school board members, and then a final presentation made to the school board. And if taking in considerations if there are any necessary adjustments, this plan should go into effect for the 2026-27 school year. As stated in the open presentation, there will be possibility for there'll be a grandfather clause for students that are currently enrolled in those high schools, where the possibility, if they don't want to move and they want to graduate in the high school that they started, they'll have that opportunity. If by chance they are rezoned and they'd like to move to the new school, they'll have that opportunity also. So we're going to look first at the Southwest region, which includes Bartow, Fort Meade High School, Fort Meade Middle High School, Mulberry High School, and George Jenkins High School. This map shows schools in the Southwest region. On the left side, it shows the current boundary for those schools, and on the right side, it shows the proposed boundaries. This chart shows, on the left side, current utilization rates, and on the right side, it shows the proposed utilization rates. And you can see for Bartow High School, their utilization rate will be going down, and the other schools, their rates are going up. But for Bartow, that's being done intentionally because of proposed growth and projected large development coming into the Bartow area for the Bartow High School zoning. Next, we'll look at the Northwest region, which includes Lakeland High School, Kathleen High School, Lake Gibson High School, and Turner Rock High School. The chart to the left shows the current boundaries. The chart to the right shows the new boundaries. This chart shows the utilization on the left side for those schools, and on the right, the proposed boundaries. And I think it's important to take a look at both Kathleen and Turner Rock. We talked earlier about maximum utilization of the schools. So you can see for those two schools where the utilization was compared to what the district would like as far as optimum between that 75 and 80%. And you can see the numbers at Lake Gibson currently exceed those numbers, and their numbers will go down some. So you actually have the numbers for Lake Gibson going down and numbers for Kathleen, Lakeland High School, and Turner Rock going up. Next, the Central region, which includes Auburndale High School, Lake Region High School, and Winter Haven High Schools. These are the current maps. Current boundary on the left, the proposed boundary on the right side. And these are the utilization numbers. And you can see the numbers both for Auburndale and Lake Region will go up, and Winter Haven will go down. Next, the Northeast region, And this region actually includes Davenport High School, Haines City High School, and Ridge Community. It also will include, once it's open, a new high school that will be coming online in the 28-29 school year as proposed. And really, of all the regions in the district, this is really where most of the growth, or the fastest growth, is coming on. Davenport High School is the newest high school in this region, and you can see it's already in that 90 to 100% for utilization, depending on whether you look at with portables or without portables. Haines City High School, definitely without the portables, they're close to 100% utilization. And then Ridge Community, their utilization rates are high. So with the new high school coming in this area, we're really looking to relieve some of the utilization and overcrowding in this region. And finally, the southeast region. And this region includes McLaughlin and Frostproof Middle High School. And here are maps again that show current utilization, and on the right side, the new proposed utilization boundaries. And you can see that McLaughlin numbers are a little different, kind of like Bartow High School. Even though the utilization rate now is low, it's going to go a little lower. But there are proposed development and growth that will be coming online in the next 5 to 10 years that will boost those numbers. And then you can see the numbers, then Frostproof will actually go up. So this map shows all the schools in the districts with the proposed new boundaries. This chart shows all the schools in the district with their current utilization, proposed utilization, and the lines in red shows the schools that have utilization issues that this rezoning will hope to rectify. And then finally, we'll open up. I'll turn it over to Josh to go over some Q&A questions.
Thank you, Terry. So during the course of the last 5 to 6 weeks, we've encountered various questions that we feel pertinent to go over this evening. One such question that is often raised is, how were the boundaries really conceived? What was considered when designing these boundaries? Much has been covered this evening. We look at both what the current utilization and enrollment trends are at all of the high schools, and then coupled that with all of the new residential growth that we see currently and that which is on the horizon, and then making projections outward to see where their future enrollments will lie, ensuring that we are accommodating that future growth area. Another question we get, again, is have the increased number of residential developments around the county affected the rezoning process? This is a very dynamic process, and as Terry has alluded to earlier, that Polk County continues to experience residential growth. And with that, we as the district have to accommodate and recognize this and plan for the future. So again, utilizing our development growth track and our interlocal agreement in cooperation with the county and the various cities, and that exchange of residential growth information, we're using that information to further project into the future. Another question that we get is, well, who does this really impact immediately? New families that move into Polk County after the recommended zones have been adopted and implemented into the district, the new recommended zones will affect those new families immediately, as they are new and they have no grandfathering rights established. And another hot topic question that we get is, can my child stay at their current high school? The answer to this question is yes. Where students currently are today with their high schools, they can complete their high school academic career there. And lastly, if you have some various feedback or input that doesn't necessarily impact one school or the other, how can I provide that feedback to the district staff? With that, you can email us at hsrezone@polk-fl.edu. polk.net. And with that, that completes our town hall for this evening. We greatly appreciate you joining us this evening, and we look forward to hearing from your thoughts and feedback.